We are trying, but Prof, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, it's okay. Line mantra bambani. I think we can continue the conversation here because saying mentora je fana ha amo base yake. So saying be nyinin kaka men na lafta nga men senendi dron based on esa fale tumirol men safe o letter o nyin kono. Jumalen Juma duku ninso senendi no mole before we proceed. I'm Munefo. What are the allegations from SFL?
SFL, you don't generalize the allegation. Don't be able to the line of Malik Camaragnon and Dojamami they specify Eco Martin and Fanal. More use and Martin. More the press complaint Eco Martin. But in the submission of SFL, I think he generalized it. Among more people killing them, he just said he and she. Yeah. Yeah, family. CMC. So CMC more way along. All people know that it's automatic. Because they have been pointing finger. People have been pointing finger at automatic. It's also the committee. Also, if it's pointed, the committee is also tempted. So what happened? We are going all out to investigate this, and we will bring on the evidence because I already started calling them. They have evidence against what the allegations are. So go don't find they say, okay, you write call them, so move them share, unite call them and promise them, support the friendly so that I don't know what. So what they
some of the movements men be in coalition committee kono will you for it.
Some of the movement that from me and we party they pointed at the movement, they were induced by Unite. They will meet more than that from the coalition talks. You have your own vision. And the other thing is the document you respect your citizens. And those
so movement Jallow way. I think eko ye duku nyadi
we are contact. I think he is very honest and open. I think he called me told me he has evidence that Unite family are coming. He are dukule. He left up dukule no apo to Unite support. ADD party leader one of my cover. So and Mojabi and then we are putting all those information on record and then we keep it because that is we are getting to the right time to discuss everything and to dig everything and we come out with a report that will be is based on inducement that is not transparent and a coalition that is not credible.
So Malik Kamaraleo, I said Yerro Mballow. Did he show you the evidence?
We have the evidence. So anytime we request that is going to get and we start our investigation, we'll get those evidences. Definitely.
But what is your response to people that would say that is whole part of the political process? Coming Ibenyo Sabaka Nyaton Kayalala, whatever means they could offer to get other people's support, they could do that. What is your response to that?
Well, to them, certainly that is down because everyone, you see, this interest and the issue of trust, that's what they have. So all of them are playing their own card. So anyone could say, okay, yes, that this is political game, but the political one, because the incumbent is threatening his victory against them. So for them, they are making a lot of division. In fact, creating a wider division. And that is not helping them. And near Momo Unica, and the hall, before we start the meeting, I will give them a cautionary statement. Because that is very powerful, it's very calling, and it's very sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes I give emotional statements that they have to unite or they retire from politics. But in this one way, or they retire. And we don't have to afford to build a coalition that is definitely compromising, a coalition that is built on handshake. We want to build a coalition on paper. And all these things I've been telling them, the emphatically tone. I was always very concerned about why was their joke with this unit. But the moment with this political, because you are defending your own interest, but the truth is, definitely this one, the allegation, if allegation yet continue approval, but then it is also obvious that these people were not ready to unite.
Oh, really? What, Nico, these people who are you referring to?
This particular, unite now, UDP and DDP, they have a conflict. Very particular to all of them. All the even as a man was the time going to because the way he just
Prof, we are having a lot of difficulty, Kemoy. If I have to be honest, important so malafi kolesa multulola wara kodol beje come many alon ko we are gonna miss them. I don't know if bente moy kande bang. We lost you for a minute because if the folk can call many alon ko they are important bari lino be dunka nyotole mawoldol pikno. But Prof saying la feke nyininga men. I know ya demanding of but as the chairman of the coalition mediation task force committee, I can see that you take this role pretty seriously. But in why was it important for you to want to postpone the flag bearer selection in light of these new allegations? Why do you think it was necessary?
There was a question of our, credibility.
Mm.
That was first allegation. Again, we managed all our allegations. Moment we managed, and then we come to the table and have meeting, and then we deal with that. Then we put it on record. But this one was the last one where everything was going to end in good faith. And for anybody that was selected from the process, the process is fair. From the electoral process is fair. He will be right behind.
Esafal said that to you.
Yes, sir. That's how we are. But he could not resist this, and then he started. It was a difficult decision, and it's true. Well, because he was committed to this coalition. He was very, very committed, and he wanted to see it all out up to the end. So we took it very serious, and we postponed the voting because it was very necessary and was very important to protect our integrity, to protect our credibility as far as our role is concerned as mediator. So what I'm we suggest by President Tambajang that we cannot proceed with this voting. We cannot proceed the voting because there are questions, there are allegations, and these allegations we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it because we don't take it lightly. It was serious allegation. So the allegation does not only point at even if it was pointed at one individual, that individual is part of us. So we have to make sure that everything we deal with that individual has to come all out and make and explain himself.
Okay.
And the parties that are involved or the movement that are involved, if they have to come all out, they explain themselves who bought them, what are they giving to support, the flag bearers of Talib Bensouda. Everything needs to be explained. I tell you. You are not taking it lightly. Yes, it's not. This is really against our code of conduct. It's against international standard in mediation. Talks.
Okay, so based on report holmen for that Tolma, Ikoye Hassan Martin Dukunyadile, was it money, position lembang? What do you know about that? What are you hearing?
Yeah, don't call it was money, don't call position, don't call motor.
But among evidence about what it was exactly.
Yeah, people giving different. So don't call question promise. Promise. Don't call motor from promise. Now they call this that if a motor sign, I mean, you cannot understand a lot of different angles, statements from different angles.
But what I'm saying is, more men ko allegation of Futandatul, my man said that they no evidence.
They said they are holding the evidence, and that's why.
Well, that is why you atol la faka investigation. Okay.
Exactly. That's why we insisted on this investigation because you cannot just just hear and then he should also protecting protecting even the flag bearer because people will know, government should know that the selection was very fair and clean. You know, exactly. So that's why you have to protect, not only protecting the CMC or protecting those stakeholders that are involved, but protecting even the flag bearer. You know, exactly. So that this will not be, because if you see such coalition has been happening 6 times since 2006, such coalition like this is happening. In the country, 6 times such coalition is being built like this. It's not correct. Yeah, so we have to do away with that. That's why this time, 2026 will not have a coalition that is built on handshake, that is built on compromise. Never. We don't want to have accident. We will never associate ourselves with a coalition that is built on that, that compromising foundation or on handshake, And also will never associate ourselves with that. But we walk out and we also denounce interview that the review went out. So then they did what they did and they selected. We are not definitely going by this. Distance ourselves with this because that is not, we have never authorized them to do that. So they will hear many things around this coalition. Definitely.
Well, these are extremely serious allegations. But when you presented these allegations to the UMC or their representatives at the event, what was their response? Biral ko galie ko tumir kuro lel binakang yun tumiro la sangarata sila lafta menna nga wat dantanta nga ko kiskis nga dango bondi, then we can continue with this process. Ye mune fwadi ya jabi mune.
Not only for in fact only United Platinum, but all the stakeholders that we are facing here. And we told them that this is what happened. Then I had vice president, vice president, apparently chairman. If these people insist that what we are proposing, which is the right thing to do, I am not part of it, and you should not be part of it. We should not be part of it. You should not be part of the process that has been questioned on about their transparency and inducement has been alleged against them. So that they have to proceed.
No, but since the allegation is specifically about Unite, did you talk to them about this? And what did they say?
No, not only Unite, because even the parties that some parties who accepted that inducement to accept to support that candidature and the flag bearership, then also all of them were there, all of them were there. So it is not only one. It is not this allegation is not only one. It's an allegation that people observe, that they have observed. Those who submitted their allegation observed that this is what happened. So it's a general allegation. It was not only to one party. It was some movement and even us, the CMC.
So we
have to postpone this voting. Then we deal with this matter. And then we come back and then take a special day, and we do our right thing, and that is to come and select or elect a flag bearer. Because then we took our materials and we went out. Then I think the part of the but that they did what they just did. They proceeded, despite our recommendation, they proceeded in order for us to sustain the process and deal with the allegation, which in 2 weeks, the following up action taken by the spokesperson and the remaining political stakeholder, and they went with their selection on concession. So you want to their own flag, yeah. What I get.
So, but United Mune for bringing to me thing that did they say anything or a month for Bambuta Moko Koma, members of the
specific allegations what will run again. They don't what is most important, what is more serious, and then they're dealing with one thing, which is even the list, because that's what they even died in the agreement, the front they are buying agreement. That is automatically that should have been the bill, because the one that has come victorious in the election, the second, the second, man should be automatically be the vice president. So we don't see any point for them to respond to that specific only and the dodge away with the most serious one, which is the inducement, allegation. That is the most serious one.
So, Prof, bidding you and Her Excellency, the Vice President, former Vice President Tambajang, bidding alko. So, did you tell them not to proceed with the event because you were the authority, the convener of that event? Did you tell them that?
Yeah, we told them, but they decided to do just what they did. They didn't imagine they could not control the situation because the plenary, the General Assembly, definitely they own that authority, that highest decision for them to decide what they want to decide for themselves. So they decided, they own that. They own that assembly, they own themselves to decide for themselves. This is what they did. So we told them that we are not part and parcel of anything that is not definitely transparent. We are going, and if we go against our proportion, and you are going against the laws, and you are going against the code of conduct. Then that is what they did.
So Nico General Assembly, wole party representative and movement or the member UN CMC kodi. Okay, so saying at that point, party Juma lel menu tutaje, and why do you think it
movement? One of unite party, you can all the rest movement. We are not going to regularize their status.
Wow, they are not even political parties.
No, they are movements. But for Gambia,
I'm so sorry for laughing, but that is very serious. But why do you think those movements or those how did you even call them? Is it the General Assembly? Why do you think they still insisted that they want to go ahead with this process?
Yeah, the allegation that was actually disclosed before the voting has actually, tell everything. Because the allegation that they gave, it has definitely explained everything. That's why they insisted. Inducement from other movement, buying votes, buying the movement to vote for him or to support him, that has really manifested in that allegation. That is how we understood things. Because when they allege that this is what happened, they continue that. They have clearly told us that the allegation was right. Now it's for them to come out and clean themselves.
So, Prof, left demanding on this plenary or the General Assembly. So, what all these groups, they came out to be known to have supported Talib. They are not even political parties. None of them is a political party.
No. Most of them are not political parties.
Yeah, I think I will come back to my initial point that I think in hindsight, you guys gave so much powers and authorities to these movements that are not registered. They don't have any political constituency, no legitimacy. It's just crazy. But just to go over the list of the political groups that backed Talib Bensouda, let's look at them one after the other, and then I just want to confirm that they are not indeed political parties. Come a political party. Pastef Gambia is not a political party.
No.
People's Right Party. Manke political party.
No, it's only one man. Okay, that's not stuff.
Forward Gambia.
It's a movement. It's a movement.
National Reform Congress.
That was the first time it happened.
The first time at the event.
Yes.
So the Gambia Movement for Progress.
Yeah, with that GNP, the movement, not registered.
Save the Gambia.
Profile the movement, not registered. All of them.
And the National Development Association?
No, that is out of it. It's not even part of it. They just put that. In fact, they even wrote the withdrawal letter, formal letter to Talib that they are not associating themselves with Talib and GSM. Both two movements are out. Those ones they are registered. The national, is a registered civil society group. That they are out. They are not even part and parcel. They said they don't endorse Talib. They are not in the process. They are not supporting the process of selection. So they are out. That was just captured there. They should agree that. Yeah, it's not. They are not part of it.
Well, these are very, very serious allegations. And it looked like I in process will be more fair, if I have to be honest. But just to move on with the the issue of the denying, they should not proceed, but they still went ahead and then announced Talib as the flag bearer. As the chairman of the Coalition Mediation Task Force. Do you think Talib Ahmed Bensouda, this is a very direct, simple question, do you think he's the legitimate selected flag bearer of Coalition 2026 that you championed?
But this is a very simple answer. It is no, a big no, because who should legitimize his election is us. I mean, the one that if you are who holds authority, because when the process is questioned, anybody that can speak out from that is not a legitimate leader. So that is the truth. But this is a very simple, calculation. I mean, somebody who has been picked, chosen from a dusty, environment, you don't expect to be clean.
So, are you saying his selection should be nullified pending an investigation?
That is what we said. That's what myself and I selected for my president. We are saying that we are not conscious to this. We will not endorse, except that we have through the due process, and that is to investigate, come back this allegation, explain to the government people, let government people know that this is it. Then we use the right channel, the right, position, and then we take the right step. Because he was going with ETA, they were going to go election, two of them. Because those are the two parties that were the president, the rest are moving. So if one party, which is definitely a prominent party, and was very committed to this, up to the point, he pulled out. Obviously, explanation, withdrawing explanation, we shouldn't go ahead with that. We don't go to party. You shouldn't go ahead with any selection impact. Because one has pulled out. If you think you can win, if you think you were actually, you can see and the support of order, just do what we actually did. We investigate this allegation, which is not only to you, but to everybody in the hall. Yeah.
Prof, my last question would be, you called for an emergency stakeholders meeting in 7 days. So what are you seeking to accomplish with that? What outcome do you want a fresh investigation in that 7 days? Do you want press selection process? Do you want reconciliation? And in Nico, an emergency stakeholders, are you also reaching out to party or just
that consultation will be, we want to convene an emergency meeting of all political stakeholders they are able to review the event of AIDS. That those allegations, we will review them and chart the way forward for the coalition 2026.
Okay, you're talking about the remaining. Okay.
We propose that we are going to re-engage all the opposition parties, including the party leader, UDP, and because the last Thursday, I was meeting with the party leader for this voting. Then the Vice President of Vice President Honorable Shona Dabo, they met, and then the final discussion that we are going to re-engage all of them so that we can, regroup all of them. Possibility we can now, put all of them again back. So it is not a matter of we are not withdrawing completely in this effort, because we are tasked to do that. We are tasked to make sure that we are never tired and the borla, different, you not just give up. Because in coalition with the committee, like talks, you encounter a lot of things, but that doesn't make you stop you from going further. This is just the starting.
So call Mambanjang.
Because we want to go on and we have to exhaust all the routes. That's when we exhaust all the routes that there is no possibility we can leave them to deal who they want to be.
So
we also come to explain to the government people that this is exactly where we can stop with these people. Because it's yours now and government. You either take this election as a tiebreaker, or you choose to make the election as referendum, or you make it as petition, or you make it as a reset or a renewal. So that depends on the government. We will come to the government to finally when we exhaust all effort, all ways, and we will come to that there is no we can reconnection, and then Martin, how do you call that? Unite party. If we can still take them back, to where party led is, or we bring party led to where candidate led is. If that is possible, then we have a grand coalition. If that is not possible, we take two boxes. We have three horse race, and then the incumbent certainly will deal with them.
So, what happens if Talib, nothing changes, and Talib continues to consider himself as flag bearer, coalition 2026 flag bearer, because that's how they presented themselves at that event. And I think going forward, it looks like a political message in Bebe Sembela Walela. So what happens if they continue to, use coalition 2016 LeBron and then continue to use that?
Yes, if they continue to do that, that is their own way, because we are not going to associate ourselves from, we have said it, and clearly communicate to the government people.
Okay.
After our investigation, we are not associating ourselves with a flag bearer or with a candidate who actually have been picked in a wrong way, who have not been actually taking the process is not steps, the process has not been right, nothing, and that it has come with a lot of questions, it's surrounded with a lot of allegations. So we are not going to say they can continue using that, but the government will also talk to the government that this is not our outcome, it is not our handiwork. This is what they did for themselves. And then we will continue to also speak against them, because you cannot continue to fool the government people, and then you expect people to live like that. So we will definitely talk to the government and tell them that what we expected, we did what we can do, but this is the results. Now you choose what you can do. You see, even the other one, party that forced Gambia forced coalition, that's what they're calling. So it is them. They're also calling it, giving a different name. Because they have also forced Gambia or Gambia forced coalition. This one is calling Gambia coalition. So if they can harmonize, put them different together and become one, that is good and fine. But if they cannot, for us, we will take our position and we will stick to the government.
These are pretty serious allegations. Thank you very much indeed, Prof. Mballow, for your time and willingness to come and share in a very transparent manner. I have seen this question around. One of the criteria was, it is candidate-led. One of the criteria was for the nominees to resign from their parties. Did that happen with the nominees that put themselves forward?
In fact, he brought this to my attention. Prof, if we have to go, before we go for the voting, let us request the formal letter, resignation letter from Talib. So, he has not told me that any letter, formal letter, resignation, we're talking about his resignation as a party leader and become the candidate led to this coalition. To my knowledge, he had to bring that letter. That letter has not reached our office. He has not received any. So he continued. Suddenly, he did just what maybe they did what they want to do.
And the resignation requirement is a fundamental part of the process, was it not?
Very, it has to be. In fact, he has to, because this is what they signed. They have signed that anybody that is leaving the candidate lane has to resign. So this is they have to resign. They have to. These are reservations, not only reservations that they can take lightly, but these are reservations in the code of conduct. I mean, these are processes that they have signed, all of them. They have to accept that because you see, finally, they have to do the right thing. So they cannot start doing the wrong thing and they expect to have a good leadership. When a leadership starts from becoming bad, when a leader starts becoming the problem become bad. And we don't want to have it. Yeah, that's it. Anybody that knows me in the Gambia knows that I have been always against, misgovernance, a government that has been delivering corruption, transparency, and accountability. I said nobody can buy me, and nobody can induce me. If that is the case, you cannot induce one of our members and then we just smile and then proceed on that. I'm not going to be part of it. And Her Excellency also said so, that high integrity is most important. And if you have what? She said so, that we cannot be associated ourselves with people with a process that have been calling about that be done with state and then for tomorrow and then for Gambian check. She has to be clean and she has to keep the process clean. Then that's how those are their statements, myself and her. And we will keep that, definitely. We will protect that. We will guard that. We must respect our words. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much, Professor Mballow, for your time. We really, really appreciate it. I think this is absolutely very clear, until we hear from the other side.